Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video we're going to be speaking about the importance of the non-dominant hand on your forehand ground stroke. So if your forehand currently looks something like this, then this video is the perfect video for you to watch. Because in today's video I'm going to teach you the importance of your non-dominant hand on your forehand side and how to use it. And at the end of the video I'm going to give you a key drill that you can do to really reinforce using your non-dominant hand on that forehand side. So the first reason why it's super important to use your offhand on your forehand side is because it helps you to initiate your unit turn. So the unit turn is the first movement that you do after you split step and you realize that the ball is coming to your forehand side. So you split step here and turn to the side. So having your non-dominant hand on the throat of your racket as you initiate your unit turn helps to coil your upper body. So coiling your upper body means that you're simply turning your shoulders to the side here, and you see I'm turning my core to the side, the whole of my upper body turns. Now this coiling is the first step of the forehand, and this is super important as it helps you to store energy in your shoulders and in your core to then release into the shot. In addition, keeping your non-dominant hand on the racket during your unit turn helps to ensure that racket head stays up. Your racket head is above your grip level here. And this is important because, as I've spoken about in a previous video, having a swing path that is high to low to high helps with topspin production and net clearance. The next thing to discuss is when you look at players that have a really high level forehand, they're taking their non-dominant hand back behind the midline of their body. So if you look at Alcaraz, you can see in his unit turn, his left hand is super far back. So it's still on the racket back here. And this allows him to coil that upper body super well so that he can then, bam, release forward into the shot with so much power and stored energy. So then as your left hand is still on the racket, you want to separate the racket with your hand at around this point here. So when the racket is at the back of the swing. And from there, what happens is your racket will drop. And as you start to drop your racket, that left hand just rotates naturally around your body. So at that point, we don't want the left hand to just flop down and then hit through, because we're going to find that our rotational ability is limited there, and all of our power that we've stored in our core is just going to kind of flop, and we're not going to get that rotation that really helps with our power production into the shot. So keeping that arm up here just allows the natural rotation and the natural energy from your core and your shoulders to be released into the shot more efficiently. So what it will look like is it will be a kind of tucking here with the left hand as you come into contact. So I'll put some photos of players when they're making contact. You should see their hand kind of like this or like this. So that again just helps with the natural rotation and will help to really give your forehand some pop. In addition, another great benefit as to why you should keep your non-dominant hand on your throat of your racket is because it helps with balance on the shot. So being in this position here really helps your upper body and your lower body to be balanced as you swing and come into contact with the ball. So if you go out and feel yourself between the two different types of take back, start with this one here, you'll feel you're so much stronger, more stable with your racket, and you'll be able to feel yourself be more stable into the shot as you come into contact and as you're preparing for the ball. Whereas when you come here and just only use your dominant hand with this one flopping down, you'll feel really unstable, kind of off balance as you're moving to the ball. If you're pushed out wide, hitting like this is really uncomfortable and will cause you to be off balance when you hit. So it's super important that you start using this non-dominant hand on the throat of your racket to ensure stability on any type of forehand, if whether it's one where you're pushed out wide, pushed back behind the baseline, or further inside the court. So if you want to incorporate this into your forehand, I recommend shadow swinging to start, to feel yourself starting in the ready position, keeping your non-dominant hand on your racket and turning. and then feeling as you come into contact, your left hand rotating naturally with your dominant hand's rotation into the shot. So it looks something like this. In addition, another great drill to help you think about using that non-dominant hand is to catch the racket with your non-dominant hand as you follow through. Now, I'm not a big advocate for catching the racket every time you hit, but I think this is a great drill to do if you're working on starting to use your left hand more in your forehand and you really want to just ingrain that muscle memory into your brain, because naturally you're going to be thinking about what your left hand is doing to be able to catch here, because if your hand is down here, you're not going to be able to catch the racket in time, or if you do, you'll notice how uncomfortable it feels to just kind of go there and then, oh, I'm catching. Make sure you're turning and ensuring non-dominant hand is moving in sync with the dominant hand so that you can end up catching the racket over your non-dominant shoulder. So guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you found it really useful, and if you did, make sure to give this video a like and also subscribe to my channel for more tennis content like this to come. And if you have any video suggestions for me, then make sure you comment that down below in the description. And guys, if you want some help with your forehand, then down in the description, I have a free guide for you that talks you through the key fundamental aspects of the forehand technique with visual aids and instructions too. So make sure you go and download that if you want to level up your forehand side. I'll see you in the next video.